So what I did when I was offline, a couple of things. I went ahead and did the eyebrow on each side, okay? And it's just a matter of taking your tool up there with a little V tool, or taking your knife and do a little V cuts up there. And then I dug the ears out a little bit more, and what I also did was I made this much deeper. You see there's a shadow effect that you see, and you get that by just you know, going back over it, making the deeper cut. Just like I'm doing with all my edges, I'm going in much deeper wherever I can. Now, what I had done also was I cleaned up and I rounded up the rod, and I rounded this up a little bit more, meaning I took the little corners out. Okay, it was flat like this, and I just took that little corner out and made these a little bit lower than the pole. Okay, this one has to go a little further. But I also redid this portion as well. I just made it a little bit deeper. Now he has a vest on. We're going to do that next. Okay. Well, let's work. Yeah. We're working on the hands here as well. Let's go back to that. And so a matter of making sure that it tapers in this way into his sleeve. Okay. And then once you have that done, then you can put your little finger marks on the end here with a little bit of, in fact, when I do that now, and we'll get that over with. Let's see, I'll get a little bit, see if I can get another little V tool. Here's one. Alright, so what we're going to do with the hands, and we'll finish up the hands a little bit better. I usually put one in the center, okay, one in the center, and that's not what I wanted to do. Let's see here. Okay, one in the center. Always a way of fixing it, and one at the top. It's a little easier doing it just with a knife because you're going against the grain, and one down here. Okay, so that's your fingers there, and I'm going to work on that a little bit more when I get off line. Alright, that's one hand, and then we'll do the other hand. We'll do it by hand here. Okay, one in the center, so from here to here, right about there. Looks, so I'm going to hold it a little bit at an angle and put my one finger in, and midway between the two, and here. Now I'm going to fuss with that a little bit and make them a little more proportioned. You can use a V tool in there if you want. It looks different from this side, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. That's alright. There's always a way of fixing things, folks. So if you screw up anything or you mess something up, don't get all panicky about it. You know, you're just going to have to revamp a couple things. So there is his hands. I know, let me take this back here and work on this so I can see it. Oh, okay. That doesn't look good. Let me take care of this here for a second. Get it better in proportion. And we might take those fingers a little further back so it's wrapped around that pole. And we'll shorten this one up a little bit. Okay. I'm going to work on that a little bit when we get offline so it looks a little better. But you get the idea, okay? So I'll work on both of them a little bit. This one's pretty happy. I'm going to work on this one a little bit. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the fish. Let's get that done. I did a little V cut right behind here where the leg and the fish meet. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to do the same thing down here a little bit to shape that body of the fish in the back portion of it. Okay, fish are kind of flat anyway. And then I'm going to bring this in a little bit and down. Alright, just like so. Alright, and then we're going to put little fins on them. We're going to round that off a little bit. Alright, I'm not a fish carver. I used to work at a seafood department years and years and years ago, so I have a general idea how fish look and all that, but I did a fish many years ago and it was just not my thing. So you probably won't see me make a fish at all unless it's a very simple one like this, which doesn't require scales and all that, but I knew a lot about fish. I used to fillet them, and I worked in the seafood department part-time along with the farm when I was just out of high school. So I got to know a lot about all different types of fish. Edible fish anyway. Okay, so there's our little fish. I'm going to work on that as well. And I'm going to try to get the shoes in here a little bit better. Yeah, the boots, I mean. So there you go. Alright, that's our fish. We've got our hanger there. We're going to put little holes in those and a little bit here, maybe just with a little V-tool. And what we're going to do next is we're going to put his vest in. I already have it marked out. Now his vest comes down, goes underneath his arm a little ways, and comes up. So we're going to do that. We're going to take this and we're going to go right underneath his arm here. Let me bring this back out. And we're going to bring this up around just like so. Follow that line that I created, that little, and down. Alright, and we're going to go from this side. We're just going to cut that out. Okay, the rest of the vest is going to be underneath the, so we want this part higher, lower, than the vest. Alright, so you want to do that on that side and on that side. Once you have that done, the vest is going to come over a little further. I think that's too close to where I need it there, so needs to be a little wider than that. So we're going to take that underneath here, just about right there. Alright, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to cut it out. Just like that to give it a... So when you paint this, you'll see it all different. Because this is the color scheme I'm going to have on this. The hat I'm not sure yet. But it'll be a tan vest or a blue vest. A red shirt and a green pants. Okay, the green rubber pants. The fish, of course, is going to be a grayish color. The rod's going to be a dark color. And, you know, I'll figure all the rest of it out later. But his beard will be like a mixture of a white and a brown, like an older guy. And then we need to put the ribbon on top yet. And a couple other things need to be finished. I'll be back.